So today we're here at Barston Lakes and I'm here with Rick from Octbox and we're going to check out some of his latest creations. We're going to take a close look at some of the latest innovative upgrades to 3 of the products in the line for Octbox, yeah?
That's exactly what we're going to do. I've got them all loaded on the barrow at the moment, just so you can see how they'd fit. What we're talking about, we're going to go quick through today at some point, is the latest baitwaiter, which is built on the belt and braces of the XL popular baitwaiter, where for years we've just built more depth. The Outrigger system, which is revolutionised. I'm just really happy how that is. And obviously the big elephant itself, the upgrade to the powered barrow we do, which is basically the electronics, and we'll go through that in detail.
How do we get to this point in the journey for Octbox?
If we go back 20 years, we started making barrows, and then we converted those barrows so they could convert to a seat box. So we come at it a bit different angle to everyone else.
Almost the opposite way around.
Yeah, and we've been making powered barrows now about 10 years. Now, back when we first started, we were using little golf motors, little golf wheels, and they worked perfectly because we were expecting old men to toot around with a little bit of gear around a commercial. 10 years on, it's not worked out that way. People take mountains of gear and they're not taking them just around commercials. The River Wye, the River Trent, and so it's like getting to the north face of the Eiger. So we've had to keep upgrading the technology. We had a massive upgrade in 2022 where we introduced an adaptive suspension with shock absorbers and stability to help the more stable on slopes that they're traversing and to take out some of the impact, because you imagine you're travelling across the ground with 80 kilos, 4 miles an hour, a lot of impact, and higher ground clearance, which was also an issue. Because we had higher ground clearance, we had to increase the torque by 50%, because the bigger the wheel, the more torque you need, which is something else I learned. A variable chassis. We all haven't got great long wheelbase vans. You saw earlier on how this was packed in my car. So it packs down the chassis down to 60 by 60 by 50 centimetres, and the wheel kit just stands next to it. But if you've got a small wheelbase van and you only need to be 90 centimetres, it can be. And then now what we're introducing is an upgrade to the electronics pack, because what we've realised is that high torque motor wants to suck a lot of energy out of that battery, and it needs to heavy duty cables to get it there. So this is now rated to 400 watts. We've introduced an on-off switch to it. And the reason for that is the on-off switch that used to be on the handle is now directional. Now this has been there's a lot of anglers very keen to get this. Now, when we put it in reverse mode and the throttle is to the rear, your gearbox is still engaged, so you can still come backwards down a ramp under the pressure of the gearbox.
That's a great
feature. As you turn the throttle, you slowly disengage like a clutch, the gear bit, and go into free running, and then eventually you'll feel it'll give you a bit of power to come backwards. So that is the main issue, and the only other area is we've actually put a 35 amp car fuse in it to protect the circuit anymore. We've been trying to destroy this. We really have. We've literally put it against inanimate objects, put it on full power for a minute, and we still haven't burnt it out. So with this, and the main reason is we cover this for a 3-year warranty.
Yeah, well,
if these break down, this costs me, this box, a 3-figure sum to buy in. I know it's mental what stuff can cost, but it's made in the UK, and that's why it is what it is. It's military style quality. You can see the sort of cabling. And that in itself transforms this barrow, particularly if you're getting it. A lot of anglers will leave it on the van like this. And if you want to get off the van, being able to put that reverse mode, so that's it. That's the barrow side, and then we'll just do a little recap later on the upgrade to the baitwaiter system and the upgrade to the very successful Outrigger system, which converts it into a chassis. The only other thing I'd say is, for anglers who aren't familiar with the Octbox chassis, you can, if you've got an Octbox already, you can literally just buy the front power module and the rear wheel kit, clip them in, and it will convert that into what we've got today. So
Yep.
I've got a seat box, and that's exactly what I've done. If you do not have a seat box, you can just buy it as a nondescript chassis in the middle.
Yeah.
Obviously adds more to the price with the wheel kit, so you can then put your own stamp, your own seat box on it, your own bag, and the rest of it, as opposed to me having it set up with, plugged into an Octbox.
Yeah.
And that's about it, really.
We'll pitch up just here then. Rick, what do you reckon?
I think this is perfect. Yep.
So-
Good demonstration point.
Yeah, exactly. What we're going to do is, obviously, we're on a commercial, but for the purpose of demonstrating this system, we're going to set up, we could, of course, sit on the perfectly laid pegs that are there, but we're going to sit on some uneven, awkward terrain just to show exactly how you can set this up on kind of any venue, rivers, commercials, naturals, big lakes, big venues, whatever, this can tackle it. So, Rick, just tell me a little bit more about this Outrigger.
Right, so the Outrigger system, Octbox anglers will be familiar with this for a number of years. So it's not a new item, but we've upgraded it.
Yeah.
So I fitted this, because I knew we were going to set it up. You would never use an Outrigger on a commercial venue.
Yeah.
This is purely for the guy that wants to put the front end of his box in the water.
Yeah, and this is for ultimate stability, isn't it?
Well, it gives you the rock solid platform that can go with legs to 5 feet.
Yeah.
It gives you a step to help you get on the box. But ultimately, because it's a double brace system, it's more stable than 90. I don't think even the most expensive platforms can equal this.
Yeah.
But they're not going to improve on it. And when you consider how simple it is, all I'm doing, so the old Outrigger system, you'd have had to have had packed across the top.
Yeah.
Whereas this system, I can literally, as I get it out of my car, if I know I'm going to be putting the front end of the box in the water, I can literally have it in barrow mode, and you can see there that also helps frame the barrow, gives it a very good attribute.
Yeah. Let's get it set up.
Let's get it unloaded, get it set up.
So Rick, pause a second. Just talk me through what you've done up to now and what you're going to do next.
So I've unloaded it.
Yeah.
Obviously saw that I've tipped it up to remove, which meant if I've got a bad back, I don't have to bend down.
Exactly.
It's at a nice convenient height here. I've been able to take the rear wheel kit out. So that's the back of the box now ready. I've just got a cable to remove.
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip the box up on its back.
So
and
you
we'll-
remove the rear legs like that, which was nice and simple.
Yep.
No bending.
And now all I'm going to do is tip the box up onto its back.
Yep.
I don't have to worry about stuff falling out of the drawers. The wheels are quick release.
Oh, just on the push button there.
Yeah, just a push button. And then all I'm doing is, just as you would do on a normal wheel kit, I can turn the system off now. That just slides out.
Yeah.
And now we're in platform mode. So
we've
here's
gone all
where
the way from barrow mode to platform mode
Yeah.
in what, a couple of minutes?
couple of minutes, and then all I've got to do here is I'm going to loosen one bolt, turn that to 45 degrees.
Yeah.
I want 45 degrees because it gives me both lateral stability and forward back stability. Yeah, so, and the reason I've lowered it is if this was going to be under the water or wherever, I want a step to help me get on, because once you've got your waders on, unless you're a Russian gymnast, you've got to find a way to get on that, and that's really convenient. Do the other side as well. I've rotated that, and now, just a final check, make sure. But the other thing is, because it's a double brace system, these clamps will take 300 kilos per clamp.
I mean, that's pretty incredible, isn't it?
Just got to lower this all the way down as well. And I say 45 degrees. If there's an obstacle under the water, or something you want to miss, you can obviously change.
Yeah.
But you can see there, as with a normal platform, if I was going to put it in the water, I'd take my drawers and thing on. It gives me...
But it's just increasing that footprint, isn't it?
But I've increased the footprint, and this only weighs about 11, 12 kilograms, because it looks heavy, but it's light aluminium. I was going to put it on a bank, but it's quite undercut, so I've decided I'll put it right in the water, which means I'm going to need the longer legs at the back. Now, if it was really deep at the back, then I could fit another outrigger, but I think I'll be all right with this length of water.
And you can just quickly drop them legs out, the inserts.
That's all I'm doing. I'm just, so just as what you would do on a platform. Sometimes on a platform, you've got different length legs for different situations.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Because I'm going to go out in the water, what I'll do now is I'll lower my outer leg. And one thing that I am keen to emphasise, as I undo this and lower this down, this is key. I'm not a Russian gymnast, I'm wearing my waders. I've got to be able to get on the actual platform when it's out in the water.
Yeah.
Final check of all the bolts.
How is it there, Rick? Is it solid?
Yep, so I've got plenty of leg. So actually I've put too much leg down, so I can retract some of that. The point is, and the important thing is, not to be undergunned.
Yeah.
You can always retract legs, but if you get to a venue and all of a sudden you haven't got enough leg length, then you're having difficulty.
And you can just see the extra footprint that outrigger's giving as well.
Yeah,
like
it's massive.
The stability.
Yeah, that's what makes a huge difference.
I mean, this is a serious system, isn't it, for serious anglers who...
This is not for the commercial angler. The outrigger is for an out-and-out river angler, and the advantage of getting close to the water, so you're not having to lift the fish out of the water. You can see there now, I've got that back end. I've obviously got the front end. All I've got to do now is just loosen.
And like you said before, Rick, you've got spirit levels on all of the sides.
Yep.
And also, obviously, you can use the water as a leveler as well, can't you?
Once I'm in the water like this, I tend to use the water more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's giving you your ultimate guide. You can see there, I'm watching the water more than anything.
Yeah. And what about these? Because obviously you've got two more legs in the middle there. You've not put those down. Is there a reason why?
I only weigh 13 stone. I normally say if you're below 17, 18 stone, you don't need it. The chassis is that strong.
But it's interesting that you don't need all of those 6 legs down.
No. I mean, there are anglers I know that do that.
Yeah.
You know, Jamie Robbins being one of them. Yeah. But my aim is doing this, I'm trying to get as close to the water as possible.
Yeah.
And you can see there, that's pretty level. That hasn't taken me an awful lot of time to do. Just a final check, make sure.
But let's bear in mind, you're going to be sitting on this for 5 hours solid. You don't want any interruptions, do you, with the box not being right, level, etc. So it's worth spending the time.
Yeah. When I stand on it, I might find that it just sinks at one side a bit and I just have to adjust. But, you know, generally, because I've not had to waste time, now here's where you can see I'm standing on that shelf, on that leg look.
Yeah.
Yep. I can bed it down a bit. Yep. I can do the same around the other side. You can see it's fairly level. I can stand on this step and I'm helping to bed it down. So that's the box bedded down. What I'll do now is I'll get the drawers and seat on. What I can also do is fit a shelf on the back and we'll get that set up.
I'll give you a hand then, Rick. I'll pass you this.
Okay, mate.
There we go.
Cheers.
So that just drops on those.
Yeah, if I can get this on, it makes it a lot easier because obviously if I'm out in the water, I can have the bag on.
It's nice and stable, isn't it, as well? I know you can load this up with some real weight as well.
Yeah, we've done a video with 2 anglers stood on it without a support leg, and it only weighs 1.5 kilos, so you can just see what sort of, you know, why they make planes out of aluminium. You know, it's really for its weight. I'll tell you what, if you put the bag
You're on the
down
bag
first,
yep.
yeah.
Let's put the bag on.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's perfect for the bag, isn't it? Or any buckets of bait or anything like that.
Yeah. So you're certainly on the Y. They're talking. You need a lot of, as Dean Barlow once said, feeding fish needs feeding.
I tell you what, there's a hell of a weight in that bag as well.
Well, I want to, I didn't want to do.
Got them on?
Yeah, that's it. So.
And we just got the baitwaiter going on the side.
That's it. And the good beauty is, I haven't got to mess around with. You appreciate when you're in deep water.
Yeah.
You don't want to be messing around with support legs for your baitweight because they have to be really long.
No,
So
and that's super sturdy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's super sturdy. And as I was talking earlier on, by having that step under the water, it's a massive advantage to help me get on the box.
Yep.
You can see there's a lot of people would be pretty worried about standing. But you can see now, by just having that simple idea, keep net goes in that frame.
Yep.
Perfect, I'm done and dusted. I am sitting comfortably now, perfectly comfortable. Baitwaiter, I've got my bag, I've got whatever I need in there. I'm done.
One last thing you want to show us then is this modified, upgraded baitwaiter.
Yeah, so all we've done, we've been doing the XL baitwaiter now for about 13 years.
Yeah.
But what used to happen is the bait trays, if you had the big or the ground bait, used to sit proud. What we realised is if you want to put your landing net over or anything else, it's a lot easier if it's all completely flush. So we've made it deeper, so now everything fits flush. And then when you're docking it over the wheelbarrow, you literally just remove, undock it, and then these at the end is what we had when we were on the barrow to dock it fixed over the seat. But it means that I can have all my bait set up ready to go.
Yes.
It's kept horizontal. I close the lid down.
Yeah.
And it just saves you a bit more time. Now, one important thing, if you do not have an Octbox, we do an adapter kit for 25mm round and 36mm round legs.
That's brilliant. Thanks ever so much for that, Rick. So there's absolutely loads there to get your teeth into. If you're an existing Octbox customer, brilliant. There's some superb upgrades here that you can help to take your system even further. Or if you haven't got an Octbox yet, then you really do need to be checking out this system. For more information, check out the website, which is shown on the screen just below now. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.